Hey everyone, Amanda here with Moses and Me Card Company. Today we are showcasing the cards we created using the Simon Says stamp card kit called Hark, the Newborn King. It is the Holy Religious Christian limited edition card kit. So let's start off by showing you what we get in the card kit. Of course, we're going to start with the paper. We get a sheet of corn flour. This is Simon Says stamp corn flour. We get a sheet of dark chocolate, soft navy, and then this is some Nina Desert Storm. We also get a 6x6 sheet of, let's see here, this is copper and bronze. I'm not sure which is which, but those are they. We get an embossing ink pad. We also get a soft navy ink pad. We get a jar of embossing powder. And this is the clear, fine detail clear embossing powder. We also get foilable designs. This is the Bold Christmas acetate sentiment strip collection. So those are very pretty. Finally have a reason to get out my mink. Do some foiling with that. We get a package of deco foil transfer sheets. We get some metallic washi tape. This is from American Crafts. And we get 3 rolls of that. It's all metallic. That's pretty. Really like the polka dotted one. We get a package of gold star sequins. We get 6x6, I believe. Yep, 6x6 paper pads. These are from the Crafter's Companion Oh Holy Night collections, and these are really pretty. And again, these are double-sided, so we're going to have to make some choices. Not my favorite. Let's see here, where are these together at? So they got some really pretty, just kind of different colors. I really like the patterns on them. They're very, got a lot of, you know, Joseph and Mary and Bethlehem. Just really pretty religious pattern papers. We get, of course, another sponge applicator. We get, this is nice, this is the Misty Sticky Grid Mat. We get a mandala stencil. We also get the manger die cut, which is really pretty. And then last but not least, we get the Hark, the Newborn King stamp set, which is another 6x8. So there you have the contents of that kit. I look forward to showing you all what we create with it. Alright, for our first card, I took the card stock that we got in the card kit. This is that navy we got. And used some of the pattern paper and some of the glitter cardstock, and of course I cut that out using this Hope die from My Favorite Things. That's a large Hope die, which I think is really pretty, and just mounted that on some fun foam. And then of course the pattern paper is also mounted on some fun foam, so it's got a little bit of dimension. And then I took another one of my favorite stamp sets that finishes out my hope and love and peace and all those dies that I've got. This is called the Stained Glass Greeting from Simon Says Stamp. And this says, "May your Christmas be filled with hope." And that is on some of the chocolate cardstock we got in the kit. And there you have card number 1. These cards came together really quickly. I really like the pattern paper that we had in the card kit. So a lot of them are just pattern paper with a stamp sentiment. I just thought they were so beautiful. So I brought in some green cardstock from my stash. This is a kind of a matches the greens in this pattern paper It's kind of a sage green, and I think it's a sage green from Lawn Fawn to be exact. And on this card, I used some of the glitter. I have some gems from Spellbinders, and I also heat embossed a sentiment using the antique gold from Simon Says Stamp. This says, "Wise men still seek him." That's like one of my favorite Christmas sentiments. If I can find a stamp set that has that, I am in for it. So this one actually came from Sweet and Sassy. This is a stamp set called Jesus is Born, and I used that a couple of times because there were several pieces of pattern paper that had the wise men coming to bring the baby Jesus his gifts, and I just really think that's a lovely sentiment, and it's surprisingly hard to find. So whenever I run across it, I feel the need to snag it up. So if you guys know of any that I don't have, let me know. The next card uses some more of the pattern paper as well as the washi tape that we got in the kit. This is a sticker that I have in my stash. This was something I purchased from Hobby Lobby. I used some more of that glitter cardstock that we got in the kit. And this is a Rejoice die. This is from Simon Says Stamp as well, and it's just called Rejoice. And it came out a couple of years ago, but I use it a lot during the holidays. It's one of my favorites, kind of one of my go-tos. I don't know, I think this is supposed to be Joseph and Mary leaning over the crib. And then I also brought in a sentiment from, this is the All Ye Faithful stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. And it just says, "Glory to the Newborn King." And that is, of course, heat embossed with antique gold from Simon Says Stamp. And then I created these little stars on my background using my little Stamperia contour pen in the iridescent color, which I again really like this pen. I have a good time using it. So there you have card number 3. For card number 4, I brought in some more of the pattern paper. That is again from the Sweet and Sassy stamp set. It says, "Wise men still seek him," and again it's another scene from the pattern paper of the wise men. This is the star from the die set that we got in the kit. And this again is some of the navy that we got in the kit. I used a background stamp from Simon Says Stamp. This is the Christmas star. And that's what that looks like. And I stamped and embossed that with some Cloud 9 embossing powder rather. So this is like a really pretty sparkly embossing powder that I like to use during the holidays. So it seems like the only time I ever really get it out. But I just thought that's really pretty. And then that, of course, is popped up on some fun foam so that it's got a little bit of dimension and there's a little bit of shine there. So there you have card number 4. For card number 5, I used some more of the pattern paper. I thought this was a really pretty piece of pattern paper, and it went really well with the navy cardstock, and I just heat embossed on it a sentiment from the stamp set, and it just says, "Oh Holy Night." And again, that's mounted on some fun foam, so it's got some dimension, but that is all there is to that card, so that one's nice and easy. For card number 6, again, the same kind of thought, more of the pattern paper that's mounted on some fun foam for some dimension, and then just a very simple sentiment that is heat embossed in antique gold. And there you have card number 6. For card number 7, I brought in some plum cardstock from my stash. This is from Spellbinders. And this is a really pretty angel on the pattern paper, and I used the Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Glory to the Newborn King sentiment from the stamp set. And again, I mounted that on some fun foam, and the plum in the pattern paper just went really nicely with the plum in the cardstock. And so there you have card number 7. For card number 8, I again used my Rejoice die. I cut that out of some of the glitter cardstock that we got in the kit. And then this, of course, is one of the sentiments from the stamp set. And again, another piece of the pattern paper. And I just mounted that on some fun foam and brought in some Nina Desert Storm from my stash. And there you have card number 9. I'm sorry, that's card number 8. For card number 9, I used again more of the pattern paper with a gold heat embossed sentiment. That is that Wise Men Still Seek Him from the Sweet and Sassy stamp set from earlier. And this is mounted on some timber cardstock that I have in my stash. That is from MFT, I believe. And it's a very, very dark green. It's similar to Evergreen from Simon Says Stamp. And I think Spellbinders also has a very similar color that's very, very dark green. And there you have card number 9. For card number 10, I wanted to use the die that we got in the kit and the stamp set. So this is, again, some pattern paper. I used a Love from Lizzie peel off to kind of differentiate between the ground, I guess is what I'm calling that. And then this, of course, is one of the stamps from the stamp set, and I just heat embossed that in the Cloud 9 so that it's got a little bit of sparkle. And then I stamped one of the sentiments in some chocolate brown ink. This is, in fact, a positively saturated ink called Woodsy, so it's a nice dark brown color. And then, of course, I inlaid some of the glitter cardstock into the star, into baby Jesus's halo, and then I mounted that on some of the the glitter cardstock that we got in the kit. So there you have, I don't remember what number we're on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Card number 10. And then card number 11. I wanted to use that pretty stencil that we got in the kit. I did that on some of the blue cardstock that we got in the kit. And I used some of the paper glitz from Picket Fence Studios. This is in Silver Bells, so that's got a little bit of sparkle. I also brought in a die. This is from Spellbinders. This is the Rejoice Nativity die. So I cut that out of some of the navy cardstock that we had in the kit. And I also cut out I brought in some silver glitter cardstock and just offset that a little bit. And then, of course, on the pattern paper down here is the ground that Mary and Joseph are standing on. And there you have this card. And it's got quite a bit of dimension. And then, of course, I mounted that on some vellum just to kind of mute the pattern just a little bit. The next card is another card that is just basically the pattern paper with a gold sentiment and then just some additional pattern paper. This, of course, is mounted on some fun foam so that it's got some dimension. Then I also wanted to use those beautiful angels in the stamp set. So this is some of the navy cardstock, and I ink blended some Galaxy from Simon Says Stamp just to kind of give this a little bit of a halo effect, and stamped one of the sentiments and gold heat embossed it. The angels are heat embossed using, let's see here, this is that Snowflake, yeah, is the name of this embossing powder. Snowflake Tinsel. So it's got a little white and it's also got like a little glitter in it. So that's really pretty. And then I just mounted them on some glitter cardstock, and they're, of course, popped up on some fun foam, so there's a little dimension there. And there you have that card. And then last, let's see, what are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Card number 14 is some more cardstock with the more pattern paper. So this is just white cardstock I have in my stash. I mounted this scene on some fun foam and then mounted it on some of that glitter cardstock, so it's got a little bit of a border. And then again, that's mounted on some more pattern paper that's kind of in the same color family, which I think turned out very pretty. So there you have the 14 cards. It's unfortunate I didn't make an extra card just so we'd have an even 15. But anyway, there are the 14 cards we have for this month's card kit. I really enjoyed the religious card kit from Simon Says Stamp. I think I made some really nice cards that I can give out easily to like my postman and the delivery people and the trash people. When, you know, the holidays roll around, I always like to give them a card with a little bit of gift to show them our appreciation. So I think these will be very nice to hand out this year. I hope that you guys got inspired and got some ideas on how to use your kit if you haven't yet. And I hope that you all are having a happy new year, and we'll hopefully start on some Valentine's Day card kits here soon. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I look forward to chatting with you all later. Thanks so much. Talk at you soon.